Hello and welcome once again to my YouTube channel. I am Chioma Nwosu and you can call me Chimi if you want to. Today I am excited. I don't know why, but I'm just so happy today. And I'm going to be showing you guys how to achieve a hoodie dress. I just made this particular one and I haven't even attached a sleeve to it yet or done anything to it, but I did it because I wanted to show you guys how you can achieve this. Okay, so I just love the whole hoodie idea and the whole hoodie concept, especially in this lockdown. I can use this to cover up my crazy hair. So yeah, I just like, you know, the idea. Okay, so I made this particular one a while ago after I made a dance uniform for a dance group. I made hoodie kimono for them, and I decided to make this one for myself, and I actually love the outcome. So I decided to teach you guys how you can make a hoodie, and you can make the hoodie and fit it into any kind of dress you want, you know. So it doesn't have to be something that looks like mine. If you want it to have an opening and all that, so I've created this tutorial. I'll make this tutorial to be easy for you to understand. So I feel this is like going to be the easiest tutorial on hoodie so far. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to see how I achieve this, definitely keep watching. But before then, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell as well, or click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, share it with others, and yeah, if you're ready, let's go right into this tutorial. To take measurement for your hoodie, you need to measure from the neck bone across the head or around the head and all the way down to the neck bone. So this is how you're going to measure the length. Okay, so we're going to measure to that point. If you want it to be a little bit loose, you can actually just make your tape much loose, and then just check whatever the measurement is, and then you're going to be dividing that measurement by 2. So that's what I'm going to be using for the length of the hoodie. Okay, so if you want it to be bigger or whatever you want it to be loose, you can make it loose, or you can make it very fitted if you want that. So the next measurement you're going to be taking is around your head. So you're going to put your tape around your head like so. Okay, so to wherever you want or how far you want your hoodie to come. So just like me, I am doing now, just around the head like so, to the front. Okay, so whatever measurement it is that you've taken, you're going to also write that down. This is going to be the width. So I use 22 for this particular tutorial, but you can make yours more. It just all depends on what you want. So you're going to divide that measurement by 2 as well, and then you're going to note that measurement. So this is what we're going to use to construct our hoodie pattern that I'm going to show you in this tutorial. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to create a hoodie. And yeah, to create it, you need your basic bodice pattern because your hoodie is going to fit into your neckline, so you need this. So this is one I've drafted this out for one of my tutorials, and this particular one has the zipper allowance at the back here, but for this tutorial we do not need the back zipper allowance because your hoodie is going to have an opening in front, or you can completely eliminate the opening. Okay, so using this as the back, I'm going to take out the zipper allowance, and I'm just going to do that by folding the back. That's the zipper allowance, just fold it off. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is actually to increase the front parts to accommodate your zipper or whatever you're going to be using for the front parts, if you're going to be using that. But for me, I'm not going to be using, there will be no opening in front, so I'm just going to be using it like this. But for your hoodie, actually, you are going to expand the neckline around the shoulder area because you don't want it to be too tight on your neck. It's not going to fit in well. So I'm going to show you what to do, but I'm going to be drafting out my pattern on the paper, after which I'm going to cut it out on muslin, or you call this calico. So I'm going to be using this for mine. So first of all, I'm going to cut the pattern out. Okay, so here I've cut out the pattern that I'm going to be using. So it's just the same thing, my basic bodice pattern. So this is the front and this is the back neckline. Focusing on the neckline because that's where the hoodie is going to fit into. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is to expand the neckline. Usually I use 3 inches for my neckline, and here I use about 4 inches. But here right now I'm going to expand this to make it 4 because you need it to be a bit wide. And then I'm just going to make this expand this by half an inch. Now I'm going to, now I'm just going to use my curved ruler to curve it in properly. Okay, so this is how the neckline is going to be looking. And then for the back, I'm also going to expand this by 1 inch here so that it can fit in here. And I'm going to come down by half inch here on this side. So basically, if you're cutting yours out, instead of making the neckline 3 inches and here 1 inch like we normally do, if you've watched my previous video on how to draft a basic bodice pattern, you just make your neckline 4 inches and here 1.5 inches at the back. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it out. This is just because the hoodie should have enough room, and besides, it has to be wide enough for your head to be able to go through it, because I didn't add any allowance in front for a zipper. If there's going to be a zipper or an opening here in front, then probably you can try not to make it this wide. But for this, there is no zipper, there is nothing, so you have to make sure that your neckline is wide enough for your head to go in. Alright, so now that we have this done, I'm going to show you how to draft the hoodie pattern. Okay, so here I'm going to be using this. So the measurement that we need is a neck bone all through to the top of your head and back to the neck bone. That is going to give us the length, right, that we need. And the second measurement we need is the width. So we're going to measure from the front of your head all the way to the back of your head and back to the front. So that's going to give us the width that we need. Okay, so that's why I have this one here. So I took that measurement. You have to make sure that you add room and every other thing to make sure that if it stays, you have enough allowance, to cover up your head. So I'm going to be using 30 for the length, and the 30 I have to divide the measurement by 2. So what we have here is 30 divided by 2, and we're going to have 15 here. I don't know writing. Okay, so 15 here, and then when you measure the other side back to there, I'm going to have 26 inches here. 26 divided by 2, and I'm going to have here is 13, right? So we have 13 here. So now what am I going to do? For the length, we're going to measure 15. So I'll measure 15 inches here, and I'm just going to add 1 inch of allowance to make it 16, and I'm going to put the mark here for that. And then for the width is 13, and I'm going to mark 1 inch allowance as well, so I'm going to make it 14. So I'm going to make it 14. So what happens, I will just extend this line. This is 16, so make sure that I have 16 here. I'm 16 here. So I'm not going to just do a straight line. Okay, so now I've got something that looks like this, it looks like a rectangle. So now I'm going to determine what part I want to be my front, and this is going to be the front, and this is going to be the back. Okay, so now we have the front and then the back, so this is going to be what the back is. So what's the next thing to do? The next thing to do is to measure the difference between here, which is the difference between the back and then the front. So the difference between the front and the back neckline is about, measure from here, the difference between the front and the back is about 3 inches. So we have 3 inches difference. So right here on my paper, I'm going to mark 3. Okay, so this is a difference here, and I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do a straight line. Okay, so I just do a straight line there. Then the next thing to do is to measure. This is on the fold, remember. So I'm going to measure the front neckline, like so, and up to this part. So this is about 6.5 inches. So you have to make sure that you measure and get the accurate measurement. If not, it's not going to fit in. Okay, so you have to measure. So here I have about 6.5. If your hoodie is going to be stopping somewhere here, then you measure just up to where your hoodie is going to stop. If you're adding a zipper, you're not going to measure all through to where the zipper is. You're going to leave the zipper allowance and measure to where you want your hoodie to stop. So for me, I'm going to be attaching my hoodie all the way to the front here. So I'm going to measure, and here I have 6.5 for the front, and then I'm going to also measure the back. So for the back, I have 4.5 for the back. Okay, so from the front here, I'm going to start from here and mark 6.5. This is where I have 6.5. Then I'm going to draw a straight line. So what's the next thing I'm going to do? I'm going to cross-check it if I have 6.5 here, because here I don't really need straight lines, so I'm just going to curve this a bit. Connect it like so, just a little bit like an S. Kind of looks like when you're drafting out a sleeve pattern. So now I'm going to check if I have up to 6.5 here. Okay, so I'm just going to follow the line to check that. So So yeah, I have 6.5. This is 6.5 here. I'm going to have a notch here to determine and to actually, indicate that this part is the front part. And then for the back, I have 4.5 for my measurement. So I'm going to mark up to where I have 4.5 for the back. And for the back, I'm just going to come down a little and connect it like that. Okay, so this is going to indicate that this is where the back is going to stop. Okay, so now that we've gotten the back, we're going to divide this side. This is the back neck line. So we're going to divide it into 2. So here we have, here to here is 13. Then divided by 2 is about 6.5. So I'm going to mark 6.5 here. So what am I going to do? From this part, I'm going to connect it to this place. I'm going to use a straight line to connect it to this place. Okay, like this. Right. So here, we're going to curve this to this point here. So what you're going to do is just to curve this. You can just slightly curve it like this. Or you can use your ruler if you want to have a perfect curve. So curve it. Okay, so I have a perfect curve. So this is what the back side is going to look like. But it depends on what you want it to be. For me, I'm still going to curve this part a little more because I feel it's kind of sharp and I don't want to have it looking so sharp. So I'm sorry. I'm just going to curve it a little more like that. So this is what this back is looking like. I'm just blend it in this way. From here to here, you can measure if you're not sure of what you should have. So for mine is about 2.5 inches from here to this point here. So it's about 2.5 inches over there. So this is what we have here for our hoodie. Don't forget I added the seam allowance, so I don't need to add that. If you were to add your own seam allowance, then you would have added, about half an inch or 2, but I have added mine already before I started cutting. So what am I going to do? I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to cut this out and I'll show you how to cut your lined hoodie. Okay, so this is what I have here. This is the front and the back. This is what I have here, and this is going to fit in to the back and to the front. So I'm going to show you how to cut this out, the lined hoodie. And what you need to do, so you get your fabric. In this way we have 4 layers. So I folded into and I folded into 2 again. So there are 2 layers here and then there are 2 layers here. So we have 4 layers of fabric. So now you're going to place this. So I'm going to place this here. Don't forget that we added seam allowance already. So this place is already folded. I just place it like this. I'm going to cut this out. So I cut this out and take this out, and I have something looking like this. So what do? you open this like this and fold it like this. So now I will take this to my sewing machine and I'll stitch the sides like here and here. I'll show you guys what the outcome will be after stitching. So this is how to cut out your hoodie, and it's going to be lined. So you go ahead and stitch sides, you close the sides up. So by the time you stitch the sides like this, you're going to stitch it like you're, you know, like you're making a dart. So just stitch it into this place a bit. You're going to have something that looks like this. Remember, you're stitching on the wrong side. If you stitch on the wrong side, you're going to have the right side inside like so. So what you do, you just turn it. So you turn it like so, and then you turn it like so. So we're going to put the one side inside the other side, connecting the stitch side together. And you're going to have something that looks like this. So have something that looks like this. Okay, so this is how it's going to be looking. This is how it's going to be looking. So we're going to go ahead to close up this side and attach it to the bodies that we already have. So we'll first join the shoulder together, and then make sure that you notch the sides like we did on the pattern. So you have to make sure that when you're creating this, the notches that you have on the pattern, that you transfer it to this side so that you can know where the front is ending and where the back is starting from. So I'm going to go ahead as well to give the middle here on the front bodies a notch, because from our measurement this is going to end right in the middle. Now I'm going to close up the shoulder, and then after closing up the shoulder, we're going to attach this to this. So you can see it's a perfect blending. It's a perfect blending. So I'm going to go to my sewing machine, attach it, and show you guys what it looks like. So I've gone ahead to attach the hoodie. You can see I've joined the shoulder and I've attached it. So you can see from my measurements, it's going to, you know, get to the front, just the center front of my bodies, and that's exactly how I wanted it to look. And you can see I have the hoodie here. It is fully lined already. This is how to achieve a fully lined hoodie, both the inside and the outside, without stressing yourself so much or cutting into different pieces and figuring out how to put them back, you know. So this is how it's looking, and I hope this was helpful to you. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If it was, don't forget to thumbs up this video, share with your family and your friends. Don't forget also to subscribe, and when you do, make sure to click the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.